Good afternoon. This is Eitan Shalom, and it's late summer in San Diego, California. And this is a time of year when we get the hottest weather, and we often get hot, dry weather. And so I like to cool my body naturally with herbal teas and natural healthy beverages that are naturally cooling. So here's an interesting one that I learned in Chinese medicine. In Chinese medicine, this is something that I learned as a home remedy for people with bladder infections. And people with bladder infections need to promote urination. They need to urinate a lot. And they also need beverages that are cooling to the lining of the bladder and cooling to the entire body. Sometimes people with bladder infections even have fever. So this is something I learned that's for that, but it's also something that you can use in summer in hot weather just to cool your whole body off. And also we tend to get dehydrated. If we go to the beach in the summer or just when it's really hot in the summer, we can forget not to drink enough. And so it's really good to have beverages besides water that will make us drink more. We know from science that when water has a flavor to it, we'll drink more than if it's just water. Even in India, when I lived in India, and they keep the drinking water in these clay pots that keep the water cool, not cold, they will put some cumin seeds in the water, and it gives it a nice flavor. So to make this, what this is boiled watermelon rind. Now, in order to do this, you need organic watermelon because watermelons are heavily sprayed with pesticide and you wouldn't want to boil that. So this is organic watermelon. If you don't have access to organic watermelon, then cut the watermelon as close to the peel as you can. Include all of the white of the watermelon. As you can see here with this piece, there's only a little bit of the red that I scooped out. I scooped out the watermelon with a spoon and didn't quite get all of the red. So, but you can see that what you're seeing here is all of the white of the watermelon and the peel there, or the skin. So if this were not organic, I would just have sliced the white of the watermelon as close to the peel as possible, and then I would have discarded the peel. And so all that you do is you boil it the way you would boil any vegetable, the way you would boil a potato. And as you can see, I've boiled it till it's quite soft. I can break it with my fingers, you see. And then all I'm going to do is pour that out into a glass. And what I do is I pour it into a bottle, and then I keep it in the refrigerator so it doesn't spoil. And there I have a really nice beverage of boiled watermelon skin and the white of the watermelon. I'm going to drink a little bit right now. That is really good. So it's interesting. It kind of tastes like a boiled squash almost. Like if you ever boiled butternut squash or zucchini, maybe closer to that zucchini. So it's only a little bit sweet. There's not much sugar in it because it's mostly the white of the watermelon and the skin. And something that you can do, I'm going to drink a little more. That is just lovely. Something else you can do, which I've done here, is I put a little piece of ginger root in there. Now, why did I include a little bit of ginger root? That's a good question. The reason why I put a little bit of ginger root in this, and one could also use cardamom, works really well, is that in summer, our digestive fire, what Ayurveda calls our Agni, our digestive fire weakens in the summer with the hot weather, number one. And evidence of that is that people tend to have a weaker appetite in the summer than in the winter, where our appetite really gets strong. And the reason for this, medically speaking, in terms of Chinese medical theory and Ayurvedic medical theory, is that in the summer, the heat of our body rises to the surface as we sweat. And so, in order to protect the Agni and stimulate the digestive fire, which gets damaged by the heat, we can include something like ginger or cardamom. You could use fennel or cumin if you wanted. that gently stimulates the digestive fire, and also it makes it taste better. So that's number one. Number two, you could, like, if you were out like playing soccer or running, I would add a little bit of salt to this. You know, Gatorade, which they give athletes, all Gatorade is sodium and potassium in sugar water with awful chemicals in it. And watermelon rind boiled, or grape juice, also grape juice, are very high in potassium. And then you add a little bit of sodium. I have not been exercising hard today, and I'm older, so I watch my salt. I mean, most of us get too much salt in this society. So I don't add salt to this unless I was out, you know, exercising hard and sweating a lot, which I haven't done today. I'm actually about to go to the beach where I will sweat some, but I'll mostly be in the water. So in any event, you can add something like ginger. And that's all I really want to say. And so I'm going to pour this into a bottle, a clean bottle, obviously. And there is my watermelon juice that I'm now going to keep in, as I shouldn't say juice because it's watermelon rind juice, that I'm going to keep in the refrigerator and drink it. I'm going to drink it at room temperature, so I'm just going to keep it in the fridge to store it. So if you have any questions, let me know, and thanks for tuning in. This is Eitan Shalom at the Body Mind Wellness Center in San Diego, bringing you naturally cooling drinks in summer. There are other videos with naturally cooling drinks. There's one that has 3 on it. If I recall correctly, it's hibiscus, sarsaparilla, and one other. I forget the other one. You know, a lovely thing that I do in the summer as well, and we didn't really have a very hot summer yet, so I haven't done it yet, is I make a large pot of lavender tea. And you just get dried or fresh lavender leaves, lavender flowers, and you just make it like you make tea. Don't leave the flowers in for too long or it'll get bitter. And then you take you pour the water off and then keep that in the fridge. And that also pairs really well with a little bit of rose water. So thanks for tuning in. See you next time. I'm off to the beach. Oh, didn't turn off. Still didn't turn off. Why won't you turn off? Let's try it again.